He mutters. Curiosity wins. I knew it would. 43. I don't have long, he says, when we are seated in a booth at a fast food restaurant. Watery coffees and paper cups in front of us. What happened to him? I'm not sure if he's asking the cause of death or how his brother ended up in the hospital. He was dead, I say, in service to everything. I don't know why. He was always pissed off about me. He takes a sip of coffee. I tried to keep him out of trouble. I can't help but scoff. The two of you broke into a home and beat him mentally. He shrugs. Clearly failed. Sean seems almost indifferent to his brother's murder. Inquisitive, but not sad or emotional. He must have hated his younger sibling. But even so, his apathy is abnormal. Creepy. Sean Sumner must be a space boy. Or else, Carter was a monster. A slight chill runs through me as I think about my proximity to him. I pass on. Tell me about him, I say. What was Carter like? He smirks darkly. Or you want his girlfriends? My face burns at his condescending tone. Yeah, we were seeing each other. The ladies always fell for him, Sean says. Carter couldn't get enough. He always had 2, 3, even 4 women on the go at one time. I feel defensive. The Carter I knew was kind and caring. He loved his nieces. You want nieces. He sneers. Our sister never let us see the girls. She said we were bad influence. So Jesse had concocted with him. The reporter calls her hot cross buns. He seems so sincere. I murmured, almost to myself. He seems so loving. Ask that old man how old Carter was. Sean's face is hard, closed out. My brother beat the shit out of that guy for no good reason. He was old and frail. He could have gotten away. But Carter got off on it. The violence in his lower. But you went to jail. Jesse, Carter, different. My blood would turn. Sean toys with the sugar packet. His fingers pressed with tension. Completely innocent. Said I dragged him into it. Said that he even got to this whole bullshit story about how he was the naive new mother. Forced to let violent man. But that wasn't true. I made mistakes. I made bad choices. But I fell into the life. Carter chose it. His face is twisted and ugly as he continues. We didn't have the easiest time. Kids. But Carter was growing up. Bad to the core. From day one. I remember reading that sociopaths are weak, shaped by their environmental circumstances. But psychopaths are born. Their manipulative nature, their lack of remorse, their delight in hurting others is genetic, predetermined. Had I fallen for a man who didn't have the capacity to feel love or warmth or empathy? Who delighted in toying with me physically and emotionally? Had I really been so needy? So gullible? Sean takes a sip of coffee and continues. But the prosecutor believes Carter. Like he got 2 years in jail. I got 12. Reduced to 7 on bail. He leans back in his chair, meets my gaze. My own baby brother helped me to drop. And it didn't bother him a bit. I think about Teresa. Her anger told me that will never dissipate. You must really hate him, I say. Carter was always weak. His lawyer manipulated him, convinced him that turning on me was the only way to save himself. The person I really hate is Benjamin Law. My coffee smashes against paper. My mouth opens, but the words won't come. The circuitry in my brain is overloaded by this information. Finally, I whisper, Benjamin Law was your brother's name. I know, he's a big shot. Still not sure how Carter could afford him. My brother had connections, though. Shady friends with a lot of money. Sean Sumner thinks I'm impressed that Carter secured such a high-powered attorney. He keeps talking, though his words feel far away now. Like I'm at the bottom of the deep one, and he's on the edge of it. I never want to go back inside, Sean continues, oblivious to my distraction. But if I ever get a clear shot at that bastard, I'll risk it. He takes a sip of his coffee. Someone will take him out one day. The law always remembered. He screwed over way too many people. Bad people. He surrounds himself with security with some good people. I made his cold blue eyes. When I found your brother's body, it was in Benjamin Law's house. His face pales with genuine surprise, but he sits back, affects a casual pose. Carter must have really pissed the law off. Yeah, he must have. her dark charcoal. He'll get away with it though. He's too smart, too ruthless. He won't be taken down for a low-level dramatic like. We lost for a moment, both of us processing what we've learned, what it all means. Sean Sumner's blue eyes start to his wrist again. He sits forward abruptly. I have to go. I can't be late for work. We get up and hurry outside. Thanks for the coffee. That's it. That's all he says as he walks off to the center of town. I stand for a moment, watching him go. There is more I want to ask, more I need to know, but it's too late for me. I come to Bellenden to find answers. I am leaving with more questions. 44. It doesn't take a detective to put the puzzle together. Jesse Carter hired Benjamin Laval to represent him after the break-in in Denver. During that time, Jesse must have met Hazel. There had been a spark between them. Two gorgeous but damaged people. A forbidden attraction. Benjamin convinced Jesse to turn against his brother in exchange for short sentence. When Jesse got out, he and Hazel began their affair in earnest. But Benjamin Laval discovered it, and he, or one of his henchmen, stabbed Jesse to death. Now I wonder if Benjamin was the horrible, abusive husband Hazel had made him out to be. Or had she concocted the whole story so that I'd help her run away with the mother? Could Hazel have lied so convincingly? I'd seen the damage. The bruises on her back, the black eye. It could have been faked, but it had felt so real. It still felt real. My role in the scenario is murky. Why did Jesse find me and seduce me? What purpose did that serve? He had made love to me. Sometimes stonily, sometimes so passionately it bordered on love. Why would he do that if he was in love with Hazel, living a life with her? And if Hazel was on her way to the airport, why had Jesse gone to her house? These are questions I will never have answered, because I am going to get on the plane today, and I'm going to start my life over. I've wasted too much time, taken too many chances. I need to take the money and continue Hazel work for me, and get the hell out of Dodge. There's only one thing I must do first. Traffic is already thickening, though I'm still 10 miles from downtown Seattle. I will bypass the city, head straight to town. When I am close, I will hitch my car, collect what belongings I can, and take a cab to the airport. I'll get on the first flight to Dallas, transfer there for my South American life, and no one will ever hear from me. There's a way station for transport trucks, and I pull into it, stopping my car some distance from the big rig occupying the stage. My hands tremble as I grab my phone. Dial the only number I know from memory. The Sumner brothers, their crimes, trials, and betrayals have put my relationship with my sister in perspective. What I did to her is not unforgivable. Not comparatively, anyway. She answers on the third ring, her voice cool and suspicious. She doesn't recognize the number of the street phone, of course. She probably thinks it's a spam call or a telemarketer. My voice is hoarse, barely recognizable when I say her name. Teresa. There is a long silence, and I expect her to hang up, but she speaks. Where are you? I'm leaving the country, I tell her. But I couldn't go without talking to you.